Hello, my name is Brittany and my poster is on Was the housing market hurt or helped during the COVID-19 pandemic? I did this in my Element of Economics class last fall as a bibliography paper where I looked at 5 different articles based on the housing market during the COVID-19 pandemic. I chose this topic because this past summer my aunt and uncle had to move to Alabama from Texas. When they were looking for houses, it would be on the website and the next day it was sold. This was the end of June, beginning of July, so everything was pretty much still closed. For selling their house, they had to do all of the house tours virtually. The realtor only did 1, maybe 2 in-person tour. They bought a house that was not finished yet, and their move-in date kept getting moved back because items would be back-ordered because of the pandemic. Article 1 is published on October 29th, 2020, and it focuses on how the pending home sales were dropping from September 2020. This article is showing that pending home sales went down during this pandemic and that homeowners were not worried about trying to sell their homes. And Article 1 goes with the housing snapshot image, where it shows the Midwest at 85.6, the West at 71.4, the Northeast at 82.3, and the South at 103.7. Article 2 focuses on the real estate of Maryland. In the beginning of March, both Baltimore and Washington metro areas of Maryland reported their highest median of sales prices in 10 years. Later in March, pending sales and new listings decreased drastically. The number of new listings also dropped in March compared to February. A lot of what was happening is like what happened in 2008's Great Recession. This article was published towards the beginning of the pandemic, so a lot of this information has changed since that, but it's still good looking at the pandemic housing market in the early stages. Article 3 focuses on how COVID-19 will not lead into another Great Recession for the housing market. It says that the housing market will suffer from COVID-19, but will be stronger than what happened in 2008. This article helped answer my question in that the housing market will not be greatly affected by COVID-19, and once everything opens back up, more houses will be sold or listed. And Article 3 goes with the increased spending power image, where it shows different cities and how their spending power was from January of 2019 to January of 2020. Article 4 focuses on where the hottest or coldest housing markets are and how the real estate stocks were doing during the pandemic. There are the hottest and coldest metro areas, and it's just not on one side of the country. They are all spread out, so we cannot say that it is certain areas of the country that are being affected the most during this pandemic. In Article 4 goes with the best worst U.S. housing markets image that shows metro areas ranked to their hotness scores, which are based on factors like how quickly properties sell and the number of views per property. And it shows the 10 top housing markets in September and the bottom 10 housing markets in September. The number 1 in the hottest is Fresno, California, and number 1 in the coldest is Albany, New York, with 25.25%, and Fresno, California is at 97.83%. Article 5 is a report done to show the demand on density from the pandemic with evidence from the housing market in the United States. This report helped answer my question because it uses graphs, equations, all related to the United States housing market during COVID-19. Some of the data they collected are sales, listings, and prices, online views of homes, rental prices, local characteristics, telework compatibility, restaurants, and county-level case rate of COVID-19. In conclusion to that article, the housing demand in dense locations does not recover faster than other places. And this goes with the plot graph image, where it shows housing sales from 2019 and 2020, and it shows that in 2020 of March that the housing sales were high, and then it just stops after that. but in 2019, they went all the way through the whole year. Thank you.